Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pannonian Avars series, which we have been expanding our duchy, or High Chiefdom of Visegrad, into areas such as here, and the entirety of Bahar, and part of Temes, in which we're trying to, well, it could be a little understanding, but we're trying to unite the Avar culture as one. What we mean by, in a more practical sense, is that some of our friends from over there, such as there, led by a single countess, as well as countess over there, even though they're children, but at least they will remain Tengris from the time, unless that Bulgarian prince of theirs, who is practically the governor of Transylvania, is trying to convert these people. Which the process of the Christianization of this area has been progressing, but it has not reached our stronghold here. But right now there is a tyranny war. Wish I could join you, but we're not allies. If he were to be disposed of, then she would be in charge. What say you, because I do have a son. It's doubtful, but as I say doubtful because they probably won't accept this offered alliance. No. Unless she says matrilineal, then it cannot be decided. Not to mention the level of splendor. I mean, if we had an alliance, I would have loved to come over there and help you out. And dispose to that prince of theirs. How much of this money will persuade you? That's a lot. You drive a hard bargain. But look again. I was doing some thinking in my head. And plus we can get all the money through looting anyhow. Wait a minute, did you say shrine? Oh, it's a feudal holding. I didn't realize you're feudal, not tribal. Let me have a look at that. Yes, these are castle holdings. I guess he introduced that to there. And those Avars who are still around, yeah, they've been feudalizing. Well, it's a changing land. That's for certain. And where's that over there? It's still tribal. Not yet feudalized. But it's very much a decentralized land. Interesting. Not you. Intimidated? You're not intimidated. That means, would you accept? Almost. If we can have an alliance with you, then... But keep in mind, it's a tyranny war. Should you lose, he will imprison her and will likely revoke her title, thus deteriorating the Avar-Bulgarian relations. Still have to pay you, but as you well know, that 1 second. Oh, that matters very little. No matter how good your diplomacy skill is, this isn't going to work. But I mean, yes, despite the age difference, and send her a little more money, then at least you speak Slavonic. It's his language. He speaks our language, does he? Well, that's convenient. But I believe the best option is to not forge an alliance with them, as much as I would like to have them kicked out of there, so we can weaken the realm, is to wait for my young high shaman to try to fabricate the claim, even though it says on the county, but there is a possibility of a claim on the whole Duchy of Transylvania, so that it'll join us. I'm trying to save these people, you know? Whereas down to the south, the Avars down there have already been Christianized, and they do not like us in a way. Not to mention that man is also ambitious. Thought I saw something from home, but anyways. But another area to expand is westward, across the Danube, where I still have the claims to the High Chiefdom of Balaton and Rab. And whereas this area is supposed to be part of our land, which I'm sure we will get it one day. Just do not forget about your ancestor Drong, who used to be the High Chief of these areas. He wasn't a Kagan, nor the Khan, but he was certainly a man of high status. That he was worth holding all of these, hence the reason why we had those claims. He held this land too, and my grandfather held these, and I inherited my father through his claimants, and that's the reason why this land is supposed to be ours. We held these. Yes, we held these long ago. Used to be its overlord, and we used to hold these areas, but not over there. That was held by a different clan back then. Different Avar clan. So just be patient. Wait until we get a claim on Transylvania, and we will fight against these Bulgarians there, and we will defeat them there. And any of these Avar Tengris there, we'll try to save them. And then we'll progress westward. But in the meantime, we will recover, let our levies and our men-at-arms regiments, especially our Ord, with the horse archers and light horsemen, to go on a long advance to raid the capital of Great Moravia in Brno. There's value over there. But I don't think it'll be wise to try to raid East Francia, as I mean, they're currently at war right now. It's a claimant war. So, things might get easier for us. Of the areas that we choose or not to choose to raid. But, in the meantime, knowing that we have a good amount of prestige gain, but that's only during the phase when it goes up. So, increase that slightly. So we can have an even number of horse archers and light horsemen. So looking at comparisons of full maintenance versus unraised maintenance, excuse me. There is no unraised maintenance for light footmen, so yeah. Get that up too. Don't spend so much prestige. But we'll get them in the next raid. So this will take a couple of months, so likely early next year for our next raid. How much? Ooh, tend to forget. Because I gotta get me a plane specialist next time. In case there is a time that I would fall ill. The carpenters of, no, that's down over here. Got the effects. Over here, down here. Anyways, the carpenters of Sanad won fame and acclaim from elsewhere in the region. They say they're particularly skilled in their craft. Some even travel from afar to study their techniques and methods. That's good. Maybe I should order construction of something soon. Wow, 16 years. Oh, well, I do have the money to build something. So, get to work. I didn't view the land as much of importance because this is a forested territory. But knowing it's at a frontier of where the Avar Orthodox and Tengris divide, it'll take 3 years to build the palisades. A simple palisade is it will offer limited protection, while effective against skirmishes they are less reliable against large groups of enemies. So during the time of war, this would be the first target for the aggressors. Just 15 days. Okay, good. Good timing. Keep looking. You're doing very good. Twins! Oh, Samur, you have been so brave, so strong. Words cannot describe my love for you. Now we have 2 perfect little children. What will you become, my dears? What shall I call you? These are legitimate sons. You know, you're more comely than the other. You will be Yabgu, and the other, Osambike. What did I tell you about spending prestige? But if you want prestige, go out and raid. Simple. Remember, 878 in 2 years' time. This will be important year for us. And if I want to, I could go out on a pilgrimage. Maybe I should do that. I mean, I'm a pretty pious man myself. Doesn't mean much, but still. You may never know you'll become a wise man. And plus, the development is about to go up again in Heves. development's now 4, and we'll continue to grow it up until it doesn't do it anymore, and then we'll move you to Visegrad. Not to mention the construction time. See you in 2 years. Keep it up, brother. Doing good work. And don't forget you should save your money in case you are able to get a claim on this duchy. I did say wait until early next year because I don't like to travel out during the winter. May never know I'll get pneumonia again. And knowing that you plan on expanding westward, like to learn your language, the Czech Slovene language, as this is a common language in the area. Plus you're not too far from here. And he's an evil craven. Well, in this case I want to learn... Whoa, jeez. So, should learn Bordervoy. This will be the last foreign language I shall learn. Because of their culture and that language they speak over there. That's why. And I'm still in the prime of my life. And at the same time, continue to cooperate with King Boris. As he still remains a sinner. And I'll make damn sure that, that we'll be nice to him one more time. And then I'll blackmail him just to get a hook out of him for whatever I may need. It's likely he'll resent me for it, but still. We'll saddle up in March. Is that all you can find over there? Okay, I'll give you one more chance. Two, one. No. Try again. I want Transylvania, not the county. Takes a few days to gather, so let's raise the radius. Remember, to Brno. Because not only there's plenty of loot there, but we might capture their children, which he'll pay more. And may never know that we'll steal some of his from his court. But we might be taking some casualties along the way because it is a long route. We'll do what we could do. $900 men-at-arms total. That's a formidable force. I'll be sure to save up the prestige for Palisades here. Because this is our stronghold. Huh? Count Stroymir's claim on the Duchy of Machava. It's going to be a long way for us, but we'll see what we can do for you. We have to get down to Serbia for this. Gonna raid and then get out of here, okay? We're not gonna get much prestige out of this, but we'll try to save our Serbian ally. Got his wife. She probably won't pay much. Oh, really? Excellent. Oh, that's what I want. No, no, no. Through here. Because when you're in friendly territory, you will... on friendly territory, you will get your levies and your men-at-arms reinforced, and then we'll be heading down to Serbia. Border boy, the one who I'm striving to emulate my endeavor to learn Czech Slovene, started sending correspondence to me as late. I've gotten several letters where he lauds my efforts to learn his language, call him both respectable and admirable. It feels good to get recognition for my hard work. He doesn't like me very much, but I'll just say, I do not need validation from anyone but myself. Sounds like who he is. Not enough. Okay, put some of the money in. Some of the prestige. Just to remind yourself. Build palisades here. It'll be worth it in the long run. Because this is our stronghold. Most developed. So we are an army now. We're no longer raiding. But remain in position until you are reinforced. We will depart to Serbia in a month. Again, to get us closer to faster raid speed. I would be delighted if your daughter Sarah would visit my court in Nagavad to meet her peers. I'm inviting everyone a note, which unfortunately includes her. You got a problem with her, half-brother? This short journey to there, as it's next door, will only cost you 1 gold. Of course she will be there. You have to pay 1 gold for her, you know. She's attending the peer meet in Bihar. Gotta head down to Bosnia. We'll try to take their capital, we'll try to take out the aggressor. My court tutor, Tiberios, yes, Tiberios the Cretan, my court tutor. So he's been aiding me day and night in my efforts to learn Czech Slovene. His dedication to the art of teaching is inspirational. There's not a day where I'm not brought a Czech Slovene letter to read. A learned Czech man to converse with, or an extraordinary mnemonic rhyme. Truly I would not be this far along without Tiberius' help. Well, you know where I'm going to get my money from, so you deserve a reward. despite the fact that you're an Orthodox Christian and a total foreigner, but I know your language. What? What happened to half-brother? Oh! So my 6-year-old daughter saw it, so went to go meet her half-brother, and knowing what these children would do, and somehow my half-brother is poor. He got hurt, and he drowned on October 31st. He was a big boy, but wasn't an accident. There's no value in this land for me, but let me see. Oh, you got artifacts? Oh yeah, you're the one with the hummus recipe. And what you got there on the other? Nothing. But you do have an antiquary. The real question is, who wants this land more? You hold 2 titles, and you also hold 2 titles. But you can only hold 2, and the other can only hold 2. You're going for learning, you're going for diplomacy. If it were up to me, I would... You know, I think I know who to give it to, and it has to be ran by a responsible adult. One of my champions. One of you has a military education, and depending on your age, you would have a higher martial skill that would be proved to some use. And I think it'll most likely be you, because you're one of the best. You know what? You will be the one to run behalf for us. And one day, if I ever become Khan, you will be the overlord of all of Bihar. And look at you. You're gallant. I made the right call, because look at his prowess now. Now he's the greatest fighter. And I'll tell you what, I'll reward you handsomely as well. In addition to the land. Let me see. You will be my personal champion. Actually, that would have to be somebody within a court, actually. Not... No. Well, never mind then, but since you're a powerful vassal... You should be given this job. There. Don't worry about it, old dwarf. You'll still serve under me as one of your champions. One of our champions. See? Had to reward you. And also, in addition to being the marshal, now you are the greatest of the Avar fighters. The mightiest of the Avars. I've made it. Look at you, big man. You're a gallant man. He will serve with distinction. And you know, the more you develop it, you know, tax income it could increase. But anyways, about to get into battle now with those rebels. They're in retreat now. They do have siege weapons, is deserved. You know what? Do give that title of champion, personal champion. So you could say, okay, my second best fighter, the legendary Blade Master. As you are in fine health, you will be mine. Not only a champion, but my personal champion. Which the effect on Liege, which is lowered Dread Decay, and effects on this will make him a little more prestigious. And of course, our culture allows men to be combatants. So a personal champion is a skilled, deadly fighter that could represent their legion duels. And in some duels, he can take my place. Plus, you've killed 2 men. 2 known characters, so that's why you'll have that on. See? Very little. Makes very little difference. Where is he going? Who knows over here? I've been appointed as King Boris's Master of the Hunt. Is that so? I'll have a look at that in a moment. I am sitting around the map table with Count Kunba and Count Mana. Discuss their strategy for the ongoing war. Kobar bangs his fist on the table, loudly proclaims he should charge the enemy directly and crush them with the sheer might of armies, while Manar explains how we need to watch what our foes do and respond accordingly. All I could say is my commanders can act as such they see fit, just to have their opinion up. Alright, come back. You made me Master of the Hunt. I am honored. I mean, I'm still the Chancellor. Keep that well in mind. So Master of the Hunt is +1 prowess and a little more monthly prestige. We're gonna go kill the last of them. Zicha. Battle of Zicha. Stood on the ridge overlooking the Battle of Zicha. A short distance from the front lines. Me and Count Kutva observed the enemy's forces movements. Everything is going as planned in accordance to what I organized at the start of the battle. When suddenly Count Kovar turns to me and points out an unexpected enemy rushing the weaker section of our main force. We must reposition our men to defend that charge, he says, before asking himself to assist in commanding the tactical changes needed. Again, due to your high prowess and martial skill in the combination of these, me and Kudbad assist the defense under my command, which I'll gain prestige, martial lifestyle experience, and showed martial experience for for about a year. But I might get wounded, I might get severely injured, or he might get wounded or severely injured. But I'd say I'm the commander here. Follow me, Count Kudvar, I said before signaling my personal guardsmen to follow me into battle. Using my experience, I gave Kudvar tactical commands to follow while maintaining my own authority over the handling of the situation. By means of my experience, and with his help, we managed to contain the enemy advance, and we both begin to get struck in fighting with our front line. I lose Kudvar in the fray, but have to pray that he makes it out alive. While swinging my blade through countless foes and shouting commands, it's good to see that my men are glad to have me in command. Otherwise, me or Kudvar might have received more than a cut or bruise. These men are lucky to have me in command. I've been wounded, but no need to worry. I got a good physician. She'll treat me. Capture the Chancellor. You any good? Well, it's kind of dangerous to be left alive. But the war is now over. After we fought that critical battle while the Serbians are doing their siege work. Now it's time to go hunting. About dang time too, because I'm starting to get a tad bit stressed. And after the hunt, I may have to go on a pilgrimage. Only if I'm recovered from my wound in battle. But it was worth it. Keep trying. There is a chance. There, my wound is healed. It took a while. Must have scoured the farmlands twice over now, and I still no sign of game. Everyone expects me to turn triumph with a trophy, but as things are looking, I'll only return to shame. Hey. The nearest market should have a heart. People believe my scheme. The terror from Heves. For years I've swept out on devastating raids, bringing the full fury of Tengri to a trembling world. For surely, if he'd disapproved, he would have struck me down by now. Instead, my household sleeps surrounded by stolen fineries of foreign rulers, exotic slaves warm my bed. Truly, noble and peasant alike quail at my approach, and parents silence crying children with the threat that I'll visit. Ha! Let them weep in my name. I'm a raider now. Tuzniq is a well-known plunderer of foreign settlements, so this increases even more prowess and a bit more martial skill, and more monthly prestige to his name. The flighty white hart I'm hunting comes to me in a dream, judging me with its deep eyes and flaunting its pristine coat of fur. As we stand on the farmlands, everything around us fell silent. No matter how I move, I get no closer to my prey. As I claw myself awake to resolve my heart, it will not elude me any longer. Hunt is drawing to an end. We mount our horses to leave the farmlands, so behind us starts prepare the heart and out again for the journey back. Hunts like these are a pure joy, and I cannot wait for next year. Avar-Orthodoxy. They're converting our land. That can't be good. If you were to try to convert this land, it'll take you 19 years. They're encroaching us. Which does no good to nobody. A little more taxation will do. Just build it here. And build another market here. I'm gonna go on a pilgrimage soon. No, commission an artifact. After you commission the next artifact, go raid. Norse hybrid culture. Norse Gaelic culture? Why it is. So let me see. It's bellicose. They have Highland warriors. They got that from the Gaelics. Strong kinship. Likely Gaelic. Concubines. Tang meat, that's Norse. Coastal warriors, that's Norse. Tang meat, coastal warriors, that's a Norse thing. The Gaelics, they have Highland warriors, strong kinship, and concubines. So that is definitely what they've chosen. But the language will be Norse. They have their own aesthetics and all that. You what? You have come to the conclusion that you cannot be entrusted with dignity and responsibility of the Duchy of Bahar. I therefore request you relinquish this title forthwith. Who gave you such right? Thought we could have been friends. Fortunately, his allies is only within the realm. Now it's time for the Serbian to repay back for their help. Like I've helped them, now it's time for them to help us. And I think the best way to do so is to ignore that call. Buy some time. We're gonna need another ally like this. It's a bit further away. But I'm sure there are others who probably resent against you. Knowing what you're about to do, but there are some others who do not like you and will call you tyrant for it. I mean, you are a sinner. They have a lot of levies, but no doubt that we'll be able to defeat them in a pitched battle. No doubt. Organize the army. It's just to increase the levy size, hence the reason why we're going to be stalling for time. For 2 months. We knew this was coming. This is why we want to get out of Bulgaria. We knew they were going to be persecuting the Avars. All that goodwill. You know what? We're going to have to blackmail him for this. See what he has to say about it. Okay. Now, here's what I want from you. I'm trying to figure something out. Fortunately, all of his children are landed. You know what? Good question. What the hell am I gonna do with that? No, our faith is evil. I was thinking it's like maybe we should have your children marry my children. Stupid idea. I don't think he'll accept it. No, that won't work at all. Of course not. But I know your other secret, and I'll expose you for what you are. I mean, I know who your lover is, but the character is a bastard thing? Well, we don't even know who your mother is. Maybe that's something we should do. We gotta turn it against him. He may have the dread, but... claim liege title. None of these things. All I could say is, damn it, I was gonna go on a pilgrimage, but... knowing what you've done now... he'll also probably say no to this, but, use a hook. Okay, never mind then. You know what? Do expose his secret. He's gonna hate me for this. And I've lost a blackmail hook on him. Well, we weren't gonna use it on him anyhow. So look at you. You're an adulterer. I've exposed that it conceived Cosma, his son. Well, what do you think of your husband now? You intimidated him, but now he was unfaithful. Now, what do the others say about you now? And what does the adultery say in Orthodoxy? Is that considered criminal? It's shunned for males, but for females it's criminal. Again, don't answer that. August 14th will be the declaration of war. We're buying a bit of time. Ah, you know what? All the way. Even though it's not going to fill up the men-at-arms all the way, but they're going to be assembling there, and it's going to take their time to march all the way up into our lands. And I may have to cut it down after the war. But no doubt we'll be getting a lot of prestige after this. Put it here. It's counting down. Oh, can I make one last request? Request them to aid in fortified counties which borders other realms. Yeah, just one last request. What do you say? Despite the fact that war will break out in a few weeks, I am escorted to King Boris's throne, where he beckons me to approach and address him. I coolly outlined the threat posed by the realm's neighbors, drawing the attention to the kingdom of Great Moravia and the risk posed to my lands. After listening to the speech, he sits in silence several moments as he mulls my petition over. Eventually he addresses me. You make some good arguments, but if I'm to agree to your request, I'll need something in return. Sure, you could see how it would benefit both of us if we come to agreement. Oh dear. It's a tumultuous atmosphere here. You get a hook on me? No, sir. My king, perhaps I explained it poorly, but even this would make me look bad, but... No. Are you kidding? I'm pushed to my limits as it is. I'm out of here. Never want to speak to you again. May you not prosper in life. I already made him mad enough. And so, war begins. Raised forces. Move over here. And, stay here. I should be commanding this army. 1 second. You'll take command of this army. And I'll have this one. Trying to think of our strategical positions. This is plains where we will fight best. This is hills where we can defend a little more. The wooden rod which perpetually has supernatural powers recently found here is believed to be a holy relic from the heavens. As such, it is currently being housed in a shrine, and many locals are flocking there to venerate it. Interesting. Oh, good timing. Now, let's see. I would go for this first, this honorable match, as we are short of allies, so it's better that way. Like sometimes I wish Bohemia is around to help us out. But who knows what goes on there. Oh, that can't be good. You. Barely. But they won't accept matrilineal. Barely got it. Despite the difference of faith, opinion of my daughter. But is terrified of me. Yes, you're terrified of me because you're a craven. That's one thing. And two, don't make me come over there and raid your lands. We must work together. And plus, I'll know your language soon. Start that war right now. Ignore that call. War is declared. He'll be coming after us. But unfortunately, one will not accept. This one will accept. As we'll be short of prestige, but we'll get prestige when we fight a major battle. That no doubt we will win. You're gonna have to fight under our terms. At the territory, at the terrain, at my choosing. You got that? Right. You are my sons. I'd rather educate you myself. Due to the war between it, it can no longer sway him. Fair enough. That's another issue with him. He's zealous. But we can at least try. He was denounced by his dynasty head. So I guess he's not well liked in these parts. And plus we hope that the winter would slow him down. It may not be much, but hopefully his Serbian champions are good fighters. Like to know your men. Only 2 of them are good. The rest of them not so much. Of course, our prestige will be going down, and down, and down. You may never know you'll gain prestige with the little events, so I need armor now. You will not regret supporting me, my lord. My beneficiary, Yabgu, assures me he will create a masterpiece, but also that my input is valuable. Please tell me, what type of armor do you desire? Oh god, it's cost me very little. Oh, no, these are different types of armor. Ah, okay, so sturdy and reliable, or offer good protection but is less flexible than some alternatives, or flexible chainmail. Knowing I'm a man of movement, I want a flexible chainmail, so let's see what we could do. There's 2 armies, one led by the Baron, and the other by the king himself. Where's their nearest ford? Between Severn and Kladovo. This is Hills Mountains crud. Fortunately, the Serbian army is smaller. They'll no doubt get away. They have to link up with us if they want to live. Most of our fighters are good. Again, this is going to be a real issue. Just come to a friendly territory and we'll be good. it is a rather big army that we're seeing. Learning Czech Sloven is hard, really hard. I feel like that there's no more room in my head. It's full. As soon as one word enters my mind, another falls into the abyss of forgetfulness. I struggle with every lesson. I'm making no progress whatsoever. Fortunately, Strauss is always there for me. Keep it up, my impeccable friend. I believe you. He keeps saying, I'm really blessed. I can always lean on Strauss' support. So you are my best friend. The only one I could have. Tokaro Uyghur culture. They're coming closer. Come on, move faster. They're onto you. Over here. Or stay here. Oh, gosh. Again, we do the best fighting in the plains, not in the hills. Their army is mostly Koni, which they are effective in drylands and plains. Not so much in hills, and neither do us. We can't fight well under harsh winter. Ours is the same. We don't fight well in mountains either. Where they're going. Down there. Oh, you got Transylvania. Oh, God. I shouldn't really be spending too much money. But if you go in debt, you will not fight well, but... No. They got her. Count Manar and Count Matgutin are among the most powerful vassals of my realm. I never know how to keep them happy, so they don't go around stirring up trouble. Perhaps flattery's the way to go. Anyone would be pleased to have something made in their name one day. I just have the right thing in the making. I should let my beneficiary Yabgu know that I'm dedicating this masterpiece to my trustworthy vassals and advisors. Then again, it is my artifact, so maybe I should just... By the way, start collecting taxes again. We're putting a halt on the development. The development of 5 is good enough. Why not to myself? It is my armor. I think we should head over there. Because I'm not sure what they're doing right now. Because they seem they're not going that way. This area's farmlands. Hey, you got siege weaponry. Help us out here. There's room for all of us. Back away. No. Stay here. Get down here. I'll move out. You bring your siege weapons over here. got that? Now get to work. In fact, let me put myself to work. Take command of this one. I'll be here because I'm the siege engineer. I know how this stuff works. Hang on. Stay with us. Pay attention. Thank you. It's almost like we're running rabble here. Of course you would. Can't cooperate. But nevertheless, we'll get this down by the 8th of September. Armies went back home for some odd reason. Concerned for my current war, my friend Schatz has paid out his own treasury to aid my efforts. I couldn't be more thankful. Oh, thank you very much. Wow, that's good. No, all we need is some extra taxes. But remember, to win the war, you gotta win at least a battle or two, and don't let any of your lands get occupied. This is a defensive war, and they're the aggressors. And I don't know what they're doing back there, but he doesn't have enough money to hire and maintain mercenaries, as long as they are raised. Whereas we can weaken their frontier. It would not be wise to engage their army, because this passes mountains. This is hilly country there. Hey! Finally, a messenger rushes to my tent, informing me that the white drapes have tumbled over the walls of Temesvar. As the gates of the holding swing open, the church bells ring out singling surrender, followed by the appearance of Count Arsalan on horseback with a few of his guards. I know when I'm beaten, he says, after dismounting his horse in the other one. I'll ask you that you spare my people. Maybe I can make these sieges more efficient, so I lose a little stress. So he captured his bishop and 3 others. Pay up. We're gonna have to go for part of the Antarctics because of wartime circumstance. This adds our toughness and pursuit for our light cavalry and our archer cavalry, and our skirmishers will do more damage and toughness against them. And we'll go for living off land. We'll no doubt beat them there, but we want to scare them off. 35 gold. Yeah, we imprisoned you, so we wanted you to pay us. Bastards! With the fall of the settlement, the Zatskat, the High Chief of the Koso, of much greater extent, left bare rampaging Balatonian looters. As there are a few local fortresses of size left to oppose them, the raiders carried off every precious item and scrap of silver they could find. I'll compensate them. Pay a Warrigan for the loss. There's plenty of loot that they have there. Beat them up and we will get the money back. So we'll avenge them. This is not battle related, so a stick for walking. Occasionally I've been taking walks near my house to get some fresh air. I like to venture more into the wilderness to see the beauty of the untamed land. However, the terrain isn't always easy to traverse. Today, while going on such a walk, I came across a large wooded stick, picked it up out of curiosity, and found it sturdy and easy to grip. I wanted to see if it could help me keep my balance. I firmly planted on the ground, and it took a few steps as I tried to use it as a walking stick. It seemed to work well enough for this purpose. However, as it is the stick found out in the wild, it isn't the most pleasant looking, and it does need to be tied up a bit. I could take this to the local artisan who could refine it a bit with a little carving. I was thinking about just throw it away, but you know what? Very well, let's find an artisan who can help me with that. So I will be the owner of a rugged walking stick. So adding this clutter artifact to your inventory reduces the chance you'll encounter other cluttered artifacts. So this is what this is. They're a type of inventory artifact introduced by the VIET mod, often found through occasional events. They represent miscellaneous everyday items a character is currently in either using in their life, and are very fond of, or which others strongly associate with them. There is no limit to the number you could actually theoretically own. The likelihood of encountering them is decreased noticeably if you already own a few. Carefully consider which ones you feel are important to you and your character's lifestyle. Well, I'm a man who is prone to stress, and I do need a small health boost because I nearly died of pneumonia, you know? Although I could be exaggerating. So, I was out in the forest and I found this walking stick. A walking stick with some Avar symbols and images carved onto it. Hardy and solid. This walking stick may not be pretty, but will serve its owner well when they travel on foot. The battle here rages on. I find myself drawn into the fight more than usual. Picking my fights, I manage to feel the enemy footmen with the protection of my guardsmen and Seva. For a moment I feel indestructible, cutting through waves of foes with my soldiers like a squad of elite soldiers. Then it happens. My lord, shouts of familiar voices as they dive in front of me, and take a fatal blow destined for my chest. A blow came from none other than Chieftain Zvonimir, who wrenches the blade from the lifeless body of Savar and paces towards her deftly attempt. You will pay for that, Chieftain Zvonimir. I'll lose more stress. In fact, nearly all the way. Due to my high prowess, I will fight against him. I will avenge Savar by slaying him in combat, and I will become an aspiring blade master. 20% chance that we wound each other until we can no longer fight, and there's a 2% chance that he will defeat me in single combat and kill me. He's one-eyed and he's disfigured. He killed one of my men. I'll get you for this. As Chieftain Zvonimir charges towards me as I take a step back, the blade at the ready, swinging his blade violently at my chest, I block it perfectly, jabbing his shoulder with his sword, his sword arm, whilst he wails in pain, unable to swing back. I draw my blade to the side and swing it to the base of his neck. His head tumbles onto the floor before me, eyes and mouth still frantically moving. I stop momentarily to usher a prayer for Savar. Now is not the time to grieve. I return to battle, shaken but alive. We captured all of that loot. Got the money back. Yes, that was one of my champions. Bring in a replacement. Tiberiel's my court tutor, really? want to come join us. If only we had the time, but not now. On the contrary, we could spend some prestige after winning that big battle. After we avenged him and all that. With us. Okay. Anyways. What are they doing? Take a blood jug. By the way, we only took minimum casualties. But we lost one of our champions of battle. May he rest in peace. Good man. How much will it cost? 26, alright. Don't you worry. When that time comes, oh, the White Heart again. My lord, this search of yours for a mere base, I have to admit it worries me. My high shaman, Tuzniq, approaches me as I sift through reports of new sightings of the White Heart. Evidently anything that demands so much search could be sent by Erdlich, as if its existence not the sign of the Heavenly Father himself. The heart is a messenger from Tengri. Oh, that's not going to matter much. What are you going on about? Loses some respect for me. You want to call for white peace? You realize that you regret your decision? Are you willing to forgive for your trespasses? I may have exposed your secret. So I see. Prone to stress, huh? Well, one thing is for certain. He's not going to be much of a military man like his father. But if you're willing to forgive, I may. But I am not going to deprive these men of combat. After this siege, we might have to go engage. After the spring. My lord, my beneficiary Yabgu waves over me over a coveted armor stand. He's trying hard to keep a professional demeanor, but I can see the fire in his eyes as he tells me the work is done. With a flourish, he rips the fabric covering away and my eyes grow wide. Whilst the chain links do not offer room for decoration, the fine work on the riveting sense of this piece is apart from the common mail. The set includes a crested helmet with a decorative eyebrow piece. The whole armor has been plated with a thick layer of gold. Magnificent! Put this on. Prowess +2 and a little more multi prestige, and slight territory defender advantage. You'll do fine. Don't construct any more buildings for the time being. Defender controls war target. Yeah, but we have not won a battle. And trust me, we're gonna fight one day. Even if we have to take it to the plains over there. Just wait for it. Nothing much. Switch places. Okay. You are one hell of a fighter. Sure, it'll cost you a lot. There's no room for you here. We just simply want the best. And you are to meet up with them. Got that? We don't want any slackers. Trading posts are constructed, which means we can make a little more steady income to maintain our levies during the time of war. We need to win the battle. He calls for white peace because he fears us. Does he think so? He's got some pretty good fighters himself, but ours is way better. Not to mention that we have a much bigger cavalry force than they do. So get to position yourself here, and we'll follow suit. One second. These are all Orthodox people. So, and I'm not willing to gamble on it. So, just wait for one more time. And I reject your offer of white peace. Still not enough. Just a hook. Last. Yeah, we can't stay here. Supplies is definitely going to be an issue here. No matter where you go. Even going beyond there, you'll be taking casualties. And we can't afford the Bulgarians to take any kind of advantage. But as long as we're in the plains, we could fight them on their ground. But unfortunately, it's so far away from here. Tell you what, go over here, and we'll remain here for the time being. We got to make them come over here. Are you gonna help in this siege? These are just levies. But they're not budging. know the Czech-Slovene language now. I just feel accomplished, that's all. Now I know 3 out of 3. There you go. No need to learn any more newer languages. I'm a siege engineer, so therefore I know this sort of thing. And I don't know what they're waiting on, but we're definitely bleeding their funds dry. When they're in debt, that's when we will have the advantage should we engage them in combat, which will definitely be next year. By the time, after this winter, we'll have to make a spring offensive. Organa, you're just what the raiding army needs. Come on in. Make a champion out of you yet, as you're also one of the good ones. Now. Come here. You're to link up with the others. We can't afford to lose this war, so we have to engage them. Sieging isn't going to be enough. An interesting siege. As the siege of Severin comes to an end, I sit and ponder the events I occurred as I commanded the siege's strategic decisions. Were their defenses too weak? Were my men of weapons too strong? Either way, it certainly feels like something was off. My liege, a lot of our fortified holdings could still use some of the same technology, begins to march before I notice. See my look of concern. I look around the room and make myself clear. Until technological developments allow us to improve our forts more, we must, It's for 5 years for this war. But I'll decide to put my faith in greater powers to protect my realms. Just pray to Tengri. Rely on the strength of our faith. So pray for protection. Rather than invest financial fortifications, this character insists to turn their back on the workforce, improving their councils, and opt to pray for protection instead. Again, castle, not tribal. This doesn't mean much to me. We got his sons. So I'm sure they'll pay well. Stay there, because when you're in friendly territory, you can reinforce the levies from here. I hope. Over here with us. We'll settle here. Remember, spring offensive. But in the meantime, start another siege. Which is another tribal holding, in fact. We'll stick close to you. We have to beat him to decisive battle. It's the only way. We're just gonna slowly approach to there. Just creep him up. The Bulgarians are too scared to fight us. Because they know that our cavalry will devastate them. But until when this winter clears out, then we'll engage them. And at least it stalls for time with them being in depth now. Visegrad. You bastards. A legendary exorcist. I heard there lives a legendary man at Visegrad who is blessed with supernatural abilities such as being able to survive any injury, even decapitation, as he can grow his body parts. Supposedly he acquires his abilities after accidentally encountering otherworldly spirits, particularly a young immortal woman who is now his servant. Locals differ on why she serves him. They now travel the land fighting and exercising demons such as supernatural threats, and according to local rumors, are currently in Visegrad to take care of some evil spirits. Tell me more about those stories. So I've heard fantastical stories about faraway lands, and Visegrad has the legends of the demon-slaying exorcist and his immortal servant girl. Huh. Adds a little more development to it. Yep, they're coming. Actuality, we want to engage them. The owner's slightly in depth. It's not good to fight in force. We're trying to fight in an area that we don't want them here. But we have no choice. You're the organizer. Well, I pick up the pace. Because what I'm about to do is very, very stupid. Actually, we won't engage them in a battle. Actually, we will. Busy spirits in Avars. In several villages in Avars, there have been recent reports of strange group of ghosts at night wearing somber clothing. They are accompanied by bustling winds and chill in the air. Oddly, though, the witnesses claim these are ghosts who are otherwise harmless and were preoccupied in engaging mundane activities like chatting, enjoying food, singing and dancing, and playing various games. Almost like as if there was a separate town of ghosts at night. Locals believe that, for whatever reason, the spirits of the dead are going to from conducting various business. The more rational and reputable scholars and shamans, however, are skeptical about these claims and are not able to verify them. They conclude that this might be either scattered instances of hallucinations or merely some kind of prank devised by some bored but clever, resourceful youths. Literal ghost hounds. So the ruler of this county can take the decision to investigate a ghost town, which I'll have to investigate that soon after this war. What the hell am I doing? Is the real question. Wait for reinforcements to arrive. What the hell am I doing? I find myself in combat against some of the enemy's levies. I find myself slashing through weaker and less trained forces of these, cutting down a few enemies every few minutes. Soldiers alongside are equally thrilled as their unmatched skills give them easy kills. Eventually, I find myself clashing with the. This is the real vanguard. But keep in mind, at least the enemy commander is a bad one. So, eventually, I find myself clashing with a slightly shorter, skinnier opponent who rushes me frantically. I step aside, allowing him to fall past me, stumbling down. As they stand themselves up, their helmet slips off, revealing to be a face of a boy, no older than 16 years old, and now with a single hair growing on their face, whilst they clutch their blade bravely. I know this fight is unfair. Do I subdue him without killing him, or do I just kind of like the rest? He's not 16, he's 13! He's lying to his age! Means a lot of things. But he's brave. He's just a kid. We're not gonna start killing kids, alright? We don't do that. I knocked the boy unconscious, though. Reinforcements have arrived. At least our light footmen will perform a little better. Plus, these guys don't have men at arms, but enemy reinforcements will be arrived tomorrow. Yeah. Actually, no. Must decline. No, not because of the drowning, it's just because wartime circumstance. Enemy reinforcements arrive. One more good champion is going to come at us. Serbian reinforcements will be here in 19 days. But they still got their bad commander in command, so we will defeat them easily. Killed Count Janos. Kazarik, wounded Courtiers of Boris's. I had a dream last night that Ulgan came by to tell me I was a disappointment to the heavens. When I woke up perturbed, wondering if that's truly the case. Sure, I hope not. Despite we won this victory, but still. Captured the Duke of Transylvania himself. If I were to ransom him, unfortunately, he's not going to pay up for all of them. I'd rather leave him be. Again, very stupid of me that we had to engage him like this. But Visegrad, it's my land over there. And they brought friends. That's not good. You know what? I'll accept the white peace offer, even though this makes me stress for this, but it's necessary to defend my land. So we'll still be serving under him. Don't cross me again. Let this battle be a reminder of what happens to you when you deal with someone like me. We're offering the white peace. We need to head back. My cocky vassal, may your humors rot in your living body. I accept your offer of peace. Let's put this conflict behind us. It's my land, you know. We're not going to be friends, you know. But still, it is your sovereign territory, and it is my land. So I fear that they'll go for Heves next, so we'll meet up at Heves. It'll take us 3 months to get there. And make me the marshal. Excellent. That's what I want. That increases the experience. Again, fighting in that forest over there in Targzor. Stupid of me, but we prevailed. It's going to take time for us to recover. So we're on our own here until they sort this out, so we'll be waiting for Bulgarian reinforcements. But no doubt they'll be heading for Heves next. Slow down. Slow down, head to the forest. Don't engage. Don't engage. Meet up. Keep them away from Heves. Better to fight up there. Because of the supply limit, that's why. It's better that we all stick together. Gotta get them to fight under our terms. Stall for time. Use envelopment. Men-at-arms counter efficiency. What do they have, by the way? The main Pannonian army have bowmen and light footmen. From, where are they from, again? They're from Steiermark. They have pikemen. Oh crud, this would be bad for our cavalry. They have siege weapons. And the Austrian army have armored footmen. Fortunately, this light footman is good against heavy infantry. Not to mention forced warfare. So what if? So because of defensive buildings, we'll probably win. Even though we'll be taking a river crossing for this. So what if we just take the long way around? Yeah, more soldiers is going to be the issue, but I just hope that ours will be doing very, very good. You are a champion, aren't you? Every little bit helps. Where the hell's the Bulgarian army? How long will it last? Stay here. Wait for the attrition to go down a bit. And when they're at the critical moment, get in there and kill them. Where's the Bulgarian army going? They're going over there. So they're not coming to have us to defeat the army. Guess we have to do that ourselves then. Just wait for it at a critical time, while we will slowly reinforce our levies. I was watching Timur play with other gentlemen. Count Tabar tried to push him over. The moment did not last long, as Timur soon made an entirely new game out of it, and forgotten the previous game entirely. Moving on is often the best approach for you, since you're going to be more into diplomacy. Both Prince Simeon and I are held in esteem by our liege, King Boris. However, when it comes to handing out titles, honor, and wealth, one of us will always be the first among equals. The upcoming gathering at Tarnovgrad Castle gives me a chance to ensure I'm one with the King's favor. As a smooth talker, this should be easy. I've become a little more friendly with the King. For now. At the same time, a game of chess. Count Avar-Bulgarian speaks to Count. I'm making decent progress in my task of training our men. However, may I suggest the court invest in a more innovative game in order to provide our armies of excellent commanders? This is a game of chess. Chess is said to have helped many generals achieve victory in the battle through strategy. likes me well enough, so I'll just say, war is not a game. Get back to work. War is a thing between life and death. Just wait for it. Oh, dang it. Then again, he was an old man. Anyways. Just wait for it at the right moment. I think we may have to go engage him now. Because the longer we wait, maybe 20 days. Tell you what, January 1st, we engage. Should we strike now? Bulgarians will be coming to assist us. We'll receive reinforcements soon. This is my battle. What the? Honeyed words. A traveler from a faraway land is visiting me today. It appears my reputation precedes me. Oh God, Timur's been maimed. I'll have a look at him soon. As after exchange pleasantries as a traveler, said jokingly, I heard about you and your honeyed words. That's so. Am I that a great speaker? Oh, they just... Forces captured Tribune, Knight of Captain Sullivan of the Hammer Bearers. Mercenaries. And Angelstok. Okay. Take Heves back for us. Retake the objective. One day we will repay them back in kind by taking their land. Ah. Okay. Been a while, huh? Oh, what are these guys doing? That was my battle. I'm sure you'll pay a lot. Good enough. For future reference. Go besiege the rest. Let the Bulgarians duke it out. Let's go engage them. Don't let them get away. Save your money for Transylvania. That's one army down. There you are again. Or am I thinking of the Austrian? Battle's already over. No. So I'm in command of this, Tataman. Follow me, Tataman, I said before signaling to my personal guardsmen to follow me in the battle. Using my experience, I use Tataman. Tactical commands to follow walls to maintain my own authority over handling situation. By means of my experience at Tataman, we help manage to contain the enemy events. We both begin to get struck in the fighting of our front line. I lose Tantaman in a fray, and I pray he makes out alive while swinging my blade through countless rows of shiny commands. It's clear to see my men are glad to have me in command. Otherwise, me or Tantaman might receive more than cuts and bruises. He got wounded, but you'll live. I'll go up the hills and deal with the Balatonians. Get over here and give me a hand with this. We'll end this episode as soon as this conflict ends. Are you still in depth, by the way? Yes, sir. We had to do the bulk of the fighting. Oh, my poor son. He's got consumption. Oh, that's not good. Future's uncertain. Death lingers only close by his bedside, yet he might survive. Only fate knows. Be cautious. Do no more what is necessary. Consumption is a hard disease to get rid of. Don't worry, best friend. Stick with me. Tell you what, in the next episode, once this war is over, then once we recover, we have to expand to there. And eventually to there. And of course, Transylvania is still a possibility. And then we will have to declare our independence. And form Pannonia. Reform the Avar-Bulgarian. Another son of mine. Courtiers. At least they're standing guard while we're on the offensive. We're the ones doing all the work. Because I'm more of a strategist and I know how to counter the enemy. And that also means that we're strong enough to take on these two forces. I apparently fell asleep while working hard last night. Perhaps I'm overworking myself too hard. Maybe I should take a break. About a month prestige, however, but this is for 4 years. No, I'm not working hard enough. You need to go hunting again once this is over. And maybe hold a feast just to celebrate our victories. Got him. Quick, ransom before they call off the war. Greedy bastard. Well, let's get out of here. Alright, we saved it. And I hope you'll look at me more kindly nowadays. Now accept this ransom. So we will end the episode on that note, since we've gone long. In the next episode, we got a lot of activities to do. We're gonna go hunting, we're gonna go feasting, we're gonna go investigate that ghost town, and many other things. And of course, conquer Balaton. That's another priority. All that and more in this ongoing series of the Pannonian Avars. But until the next episode, so long for now.